intercepted and fatally shot a gunman moments after he reportedly committed a murder along the main road in Central Village, St. Catherine on Sunday afternoon. There was a major traffic jam in the area as the police cordoned off the main road to process the scene. Before we go on, please remember to like this video and subscribe and press the notification bell and press all. According to reports, police intercepted gunman who had just committed the murder in area. The Corporate Communication Unit, CCU, the police's information arm, confirmed the development, including the murder. Gunman killed a man along the main road and police intercepted the men and killed one. The police are processing the scene right now, a CCU representative said late on Sunday afternoon. In a release, the CCU said, "Members of the public are being advised to expect delays when traveling along Mandela Highway in St. Catherine. This applies to traffic heading into Kingston, as well as traffic heading into Spanish Town. The delays are due to the processing of a crime scene as a result of an incident of murder and subsequent fatal shooting in the Central Village area. Where possible, motorists are asked to use alternative routes. Every effort is being made to have the situation normalized as soon as possible." It was noticeably the second incident with almost the same details on Mandela Highway in the Central Village area within just over a month.
So about 3:25 this afternoon, the police responded to loud explosion heard in the 911 lane of Central Village area. The team came under heavy gunfire by 4 men armed with high-powered weapons. During that gun battle, or after that gun battle, 1 man was found suffering from gunshot wound and an M16 rifle taken from that person. Pretty early days, we have not identified those men as yet, and the investigations continue. We just want to appeal to the citizens within the Central Village area. Whatever information they have can assist us with the investigation to identify who these players really are. You know, it's pretty unfortunate that, you know, a rainy period and these men decided that they're going to take on the police party. We just want to warn criminal elements out there. The police team is well trained, and once we are engaged like that, we're going to respond accordingly.
He policeman, who was stabbed by a female in Portmore, St. Catherine has died. He has been identified as Detective Sergeant Victor Francis of the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse, CISOCA. Reports are that the policeman attempted to break up a fight in the Baptist Road, Caymanas area of St. Catherine, between relatives a male and a female on Saturday when he was stabbed by the woman. The other man, who was arguing with the woman, was also stabbed. Both males were rushed to hospital where the policeman later succumbed to his injuries. The other man has been admitted. Police Commissioner, Major General Anthony Anderson, has hailed the passage of the new Firearms, Prohibition, Restriction, and Regulation Act in the House of Representatives last week, declaring that citizens will have less need to worry about violent criminals with illegal guns. The senior lawman said the act will enable the police to remove violent criminals from the streets for at least 15 years. The new Firearms Act, is on its way to the Senate. What that means is that those people in the illegal gun trade, whether you possess it, traffic it, transport it, bring it into the country or whatever you do with it, you will be facing sentences of 15 years and upwards, said Anderson. He was speaking to officers and members of the religious community in Westmoreland on Thursday, 2 days after the act was passed without amendment in the House of Representatives. This will have significant impact, the commissioner said further of the new Firearms Act. According to him, persons will no longer have to worry about the person who they saw with an illegal gun once the new Firearms Act becomes law. It means that the guy who you saw with the gun and he gets caught, you won't have to worry about him for a long time. That is first, as police officers, that will make a huge difference, because the team in Westmoreland, for example, has seen these guys like a revolving door, stated Anderson. He lamented that individuals have been in and out of police custody, where they have been charged in relation to illegal firearms, they pay their fines and spend approximately a year in prison. And then they are back out to do the same things that they were doing, added Anderson. The new act will repeal and replace the Firearms Act of 1967. It addresses the current criminal landscape in Jamaica, and presents a strong response to the proliferation of illegal firearms in the country. This was outlined by National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, in Parliament during the final debate on the Act. He highlighted that the consequential amendments made to the Offences Against the Person Act will increase penalty provisions for Sections 13, 16, and 17 by including a mandatory minimum sentence of 15 years for offences involving the use of a firearm. In addition, under Section 20, 2, the mandatory sentence has been increased from 15 years to 20 years, in keeping with the proposed penalty regime in the current bill.